Hello, everybody. This is going to be probably the shortest video that I've ever made. I just wanted to let everyone know that I do plan to make more videos in the future, but I have not been around lately because I have been going through some very difficult health things, and I never feel good. I feel absolutely terrible all the time, so that's why I haven't been around. And I just recently have discovered that the condition I have, which is mast cell activation syndrome, among other things, Lyme disease, the whole thing. I have like so many things I don't even want to list, but I have found recently that, or discovered recently, that mast cell activation gets much worse during allergy season. And even healthy, fairly normal people suffer during allergy season. So you can imagine if you pretty much quadruple that. Actually, it's probably more than that. Mast cell activation is extreme, so if you just multiply regular allergy suffering by about 1 billion, that's what mast cell is like. So I feel like I'm on my deathbed every day. It's not fun. It's not fun at all, and I've been struggling very hard. So I am continuing to try different doctors, try new things, and I will keep doing that. And I actually have started making some other videos on my health stuff, but I need to make a separate channel for that. So one day when I post all of those, I will let you know if you also are a chronic illness sufferer in addition to grief. So enough of that. 3-minute introduction, I know. I'm not good at keeping stuff short. Anyway, this is only going to be like a 5-minute video, so basically I just wanted to let you know that I'm still alive for the moment, and I do plan on coming back with some more videos whenever I start feeling better or functional. I don't know when that will be, but we will see. So today's really quick grief video is going to be about something that I have been thinking a lot about this month. And I may, maybe I'll make this like an 8 or a 10-minute video because I do have some thoughts on it, on the subject that I've been thinking of. Is it has to do with, sometimes people ask me, what can they do to help other people, like in their family or a friend? What can they do to help them with their grief? Like if you have a family member that, maybe you have a mom or a dad that just lost their spouse, or maybe you know someone that lost their child, or I think everybody in their life, eventually, if enough time goes on, you're going to know someone who's grieving. So a lot of people will ask me, what's the best thing to do to help them? What can I do for them? And I already made a video on some of that, but I had a new thought this month, probably because I'm coming up on my 2-year anniversary this summer. And I think as more time goes on, we kind of see new things. The farther that you go on the road, the more you learn. So it's like that quote that I've always liked by C.S. Lewis when he said, experience, that most brutal of teachers. But you learn. My God, do you learn? It's probably one of the most true statements I've ever heard. You do learn, and it is brutal. But, so, basically what my new thought was when people ask that, like, what can you do? I did make a video on some practical things you can do. And, most of it was just listen. Be there for them, listen. Don't try to compare their grief to anything, because that's just a big flat no. Don't try to come up with I know a lot of people think what should I say? What can I say? And they'll try to come up with all these things that usually they end up hurting more than they end up helping, because they're just so dismissive of how painful grief is. Don't say stuff like, oh, well, at least they're in a better place, and I guess God needed him more, or, well, at least she didn't suffer. Just no. Anything you're going to say that starts with at least, just forget about that. So the best thing to do is just listen. Just tell them that you love them. Just tell them that you're there to listen, and they can talk about the person. And ow, sorry, my neck is really hurting me. Gotta stretch it. Practical things like, the food and taking care of their kids if they're a close family member, just go to the grocery store for them, help remind them about, because even little things like paying the bills or picking up stuff or refilling their medication, just whatever, people can't think when they're going through grief. I still struggle 2 years later to remember to pay the bills, or just, the things I forget. I'm going to have to go in a second because my neck really hurts. I can't even think right now because I'm in so much pain. I just hurt so bad. Okay, so people struggle to think when they're grieving. So just help remind them of things. Pick up the mail. However close you are to them, kind of judge that. If it's someone you don't really know that well, don't be picking up their mail probably. But you get the idea. Just hug them. You don't even have to say anything. Just, I'm so sorry. I'm just so sorry. That's what helps me the most, is just when someone says, I'm just so sorry. Because what else can you say? It's such a painful thing. It is an earth-shattering thing. There is nothing you can say. I mean, what can you say? It's nothing's going to change it. So I am so sorry is good enough. and just be there for them to listen to whatever they want to say, you know. So, but the one thing I want to add that's new is I've realized that an important thing you can do for people who are grieving is I need to edit this. I hurt so bad. Oh my goodness. See if I can get through 2 more minutes before I just collapse with pain. Okay. Okay. Just keep in mind that the more time goes by, most people just, it's a pattern. It seems like when time goes by, like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 20 years, whatever, the more time goes by, the more people seem to just kind of automatically assume that, oh, well, it's been, it's been a year, it's been 2 years. They don't really need anything anymore. Are you kidding me? Even if it's, 5 or 10 years, so many people have told me that people just forget about them, basically. It's like they think they don't need anything anymore. It's like they think, oh, well, it's been 2 years. They're fine now. What? Are you kidding me? No, we're not. Trust me. Now, some people do better than others. And some people get remarried again, so they might be doing fairly well. If they've got a new spouse or whatever, then maybe they don't need so much support if they've got a loving person there all the time now. But for the most part, I think I've just heard so many people from grief groups, from support groups, from people that just reach out and leave comments, to people I know personally, to myself. That's one of the biggest things. Like, the more time passes, actually, the more we need you to check on us. Because so many people, like 2-3 years out, tell me they're doing worse. A lot of times it hurts the most during the 2nd, 3rd, 4th year, because you're not in shock and you're not numb anymore. Now you're feeling the pain. Now you're realizing that you got to start a new life. And it's completely overwhelming, and that's a whole new grief on top of everything, is trying to find your way alone. So that would be my new tip, is when you have friends, family that you know that have lost someone, do all those practical things in the beginning and be there for them. But the most important, don't stop. Don't stop after 3 years. Don't stop after 2 years. That might be when they need you the most. That might be when they need you to reach out and just say, hey, I was thinking about you today. I know it's probably still really hard for you. I know it always will be. They still need that pain affirmed. So many people have said that they just kind of get forgotten about as the years go on. But it doesn't change for us. That pain, it gets worse a lot of times. And even if it gets better or easier, it never changes. It's always there with us. I promise you, we are never going to forget the one we lost, ever. It's always there with us every single day. So we're always hurting deep down in some way. Even if people have a new life, they still hurt over that person. So that's a key, I think. Don't forget, after a few years have gone by, I mean, if you know someone that lost their spouse like 6, 7 years ago, do something random for them. Send them a big bouquet of flowers and say, hey, I was just thinking about you today. I know it's been so hard for you, and I know you still miss your husband terribly. Because for us, it's like it just happened last week or yesterday. Most of the time, it just seems like yesterday. So it's, no matter how much time passes, remember it. Reach out to them as if it was last week. And they might need to talk about it. Even if it was 30 years ago, they might need to talk about it. So just keep that in mind. That was just something I was thinking about this month. So, okay, well, my 10-minute mark is gone. Sorry. Maybe next time I should just say, this is going to be a really, really long video. Maybe if I do that, then it'll end up actually being short for a change. You know why I do that, right? You know why I say this is going to be a really short video? Because I think that actually tricks my brain into being able to talk for 10 minutes. I have to trick my own brain into thinking, okay, this is going to be really short, so you can handle this. It's only going to be 5 minutes. And that way my brain is like fooled into talking for like 20 minutes. So just ignore me when I say it's going to be short. Anyway. Okay. I gotta go manage my pain now. Oh man, am I hurting. I don't even know why I'm telling you guys this. I guess because I have no one else to tell anymore. I used to tell my husband all the time, and now he's not here to tell. Take care, guys. I'll be back. Lord willing. If not, then I'll be in heaven with my baby and I'll be happy. So, okay. See ya.